All right, it's time for the Week 4 update for the Westside Fantasy Premier Super Duper Double Dog Awesome Fantasy Football League. All right, once again, we have a very clear leader in the league. I mean, the guy has been through years. He's he's kind of like the New Orleans Saints of our fantasy football league, in that you just know that down deep they suck, but they're just not sucking. What's with that? So no, I'm talking about Drew. I'm talking about Smell This, who is 4-0 and very clearly out in front, both in points, wins. 198 points this week. So we'll jump right into that game. Why don't we? 198 points for Smell This. Whew, I smell it. It smells pretty good. And it was against Rough the Passer. Rough the Passer made a guarantee of some type. Guarantee void in Tennessee, I think is probably right to say. But why did the original undefeated team, America's team, that's funny. Smell This is now America's team, as if America gives a crap. How did they win? Well, the mighty Sir Aaron of Rodgers, with 78 points, is a nice start. 22 from Hakeem Nicks, 28 from Matt Forte. Not Forte from Matt Forte, but still. 13 from Darren Sproles, 18 from Steve Smith. That even sounds like a fake name. What's your name, sir? Steve Smith. But it's true, 18 points. 198 altogether. Dang. Over on the other side, Rough the Passer had big staph infection, going for 33 points, Matt Stafford, and 11 from LaShawn McCoy, and some guy named Chris Johnson, 11, 13 from Owen Daniel, Percy Harvin, 12. And that, it's funny because when I look at these numbers, it seems like it would add up to a little more, but it actually only adds up to 116. And even though that's not terrible, 198 is a crushing defeat for Rough the Passer, who guaranteed victory this week. There was table pounding involved, but it did not come true. So Rough the Passer drops to 1-3. Now, doesn't mean the RT3-peat can't happen. Just means that he's got some ground to make up. That's all. Smell This 4-0. All right, let's talk about some other stuff. Well, why not talk about the Bad Examples game? This was probably the closest game of the week, even though it wasn't all that close. It came down to Monday Night Football. And Bad Examples, who were at 2-1, and Jamarcus Bentley 1-2, could have gone even up, but Bad Examples needed 17.3 points or something like that from the triumvirate of Dallas Clark, Reggie Wayne, and LeGarrette Let Me Be Blunt. Now, as it turned out, Let Me Be Blunt did all he needed to do by himself. 20 points from Let Me Be Blunt. The other two guys chipped in a few points as well. And Bad Examples overtopped Jamarcus Bentley by a score of 128 to 115. Jamarcus Bentley projected points came in almost right on the dot. Bad Examples was a little short, but nevertheless, Tom Brady with 34. Everybody else other than LeGarrette Blunt, not so great, except the Baltimore defense with 35. That certainly helped. Over on the other side, Drew Cool Breeze had 38. Deshaun, smartest man in the NFL, Jackson, 17. 12 from Darren Run DMC McFadden. LaDainian Tomlinson, Torrey Smith combined for 0.2 points. Vernon Davis with 10, etc., 115. Jamarcus Bentley drops to 1-3. Bad Examples go up to 3-1 and have the lead in the División del Sur. All right. Ghetto Superstar. Coming into this game, Ghetto Superstar was 2-1. And let's see he had the misfortune of playing Rex Grossman at quarterback, who got him a whopping 16 points. He actually had more points from two other guys. Vincent Jackson with 16.8. Fred Jackson with 15.8. Isn't more, but his name is Jackson. Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty. And Jimmy Graham. He's a great blues singer. Jimmy Graham, 19.2 points. 10 from Kendall Hunter. Who's that? 11 from John Casey, Tampa Bay defense. 113 points. Not a great score, but enough to beat, in this case, DeBiz, who coming in 1-2, got 12 points from Joe. I'm giving you some Flacco. Just 12. Come on, man. They won the game 34-17, and the quarterback got 12 points. Do we have face masks on? Are we wearing leather helmets? What the heck? Devery Henderson was not as Devery as you'd hope, and he had 0 points. 19 from Ray Rice. Des Bryant was 16. 100.9 points. Not enough. Ghetto Superstar goes to 3-1. DeBiz drops to 1-3. All right. Where are we going next? Smack Attack 1 taking on Brutta Is. Smack Attack 1 comes in 0-3, really needing a win. Gets 37 from Matty Dry, 10 from Larry Fitzgerald, 15 from Jason Witten, and the rest are here on Gilligan's Isle. It doesn't add up to a whole lot, 105. Could that be enough? Brutta Is coming in 2-1. Eli Manning with 41, 21 from Calvin Megatron Big Dog Johnson, 11 from Willis McGahee, 21 from Wes Welker, 25 from the Jets defense. How did the Jets get 25 points and lose 34-17? Flacco gets 12 points as the quarterback of the winning team on 34-17, and the defense gets 25 points, giving up 34 points. I know it's defensive scores. I know. But still, it doesn't seem right. But anyway, it adds up to 154 strong points for Brutta Is. Strong points. And Smack Attack 1, 105.0, just isn't going to do it. 0-4 on the season. Pulling up the RIA. All right, the Jollier Rogers, even jollier, 10% jollier than last year, 12% jollier, I'd even go so far as to say. Coming in at each of these teams coming in 2-1. Jollier Rogers coming in 1-2. Revolution coming in 2-1. Once again, this was a one-man smack talk type situation. And here's how it went. Michael Vick finally paying off for Tommy. That big trade that he made at the beginning of the season for Tom Brady. Finally, 59 points from Michael Vick. Victor, I know the rules better than you. Cruz got 9.8 points. Julio Jones, 12. Or is it Julio? Is it Julio or Julio? Julio. I'm going to go with Julio. Cedric Benson with 10. Blah, 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 blah. 144 points, pretty good. 13 from Sidney Rice. Rice-A-Roni. I'm going to call him Rice-A-Roni from now on. Jordy Nelson with 15. Over on the other side, we had Jay. Oh, God. The Revolution had the misfortune of starting Jay Cutler, a quarterback, whose team won 34-29, and he got 8.4 points. Woohoo! Did he get injured? I didn't even hear that. Andre Johnson injured, 3.6 points. 14.9 from Ryan Matthews, 19 from the Detroit defense. The Lions are for real, baby. And we ain't talking about the zoo. All right, but 144 beats 80 by quite a bit. That might be the Whomping of the week. I can't remember. We'll look later. I think it's Drew's game, though, probably. Not to, bum you out or anything. And finally, the Ferocious Finnick coming into the game at 1-2. Zap, Bob, Kapow coming into the game at 2-1. Would they even up, or would one of them do the opposite of that? I don't know. Well, the Ferocious Finnick started Ryan Fitzpatrick, who'd been a pretty solid fantasy bet this year up to now, but he only came up with 20 points in their truly stinky loss to Cincinnati this week. He got 22. Finally, his first round pick is paying off. Arian Foster with 22 points. 16 from the kicker, Matt Bryant, and 18 from the Green Bay defense adds up to 103. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? I don't think so. Because Phillip Rivers got 38 points. Greg Jennings got 16. Michael Turner, 20. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, the law firm, got 14 points. 17 from Eric Decker. Who is Eric Decker? And you put all that together with Plaxico's 3.3. Plaxico. If you don't know if Plaxico's right for you, consult your doctor. 131.7 beats 103 every day. And Zap Boff Kapow goes to 3-1. Ferocious Finnick goes to 1-3. All right. Let's see where we are. We have some standings to talk about now. We're not at the we're past the quarter pole because we only have the 13 games. So, smell this. Coming in at 4-0 is leading the league. Number one. Followed in División del Norte by Ghetto Superstar and Zap Bob Kapow, both with records of 3-1. And Smack Attack 1 pulling up the rear in that division. In División del Sur, Bad Examples leads with 3-1 and points. Brutta is also 3-1, but slightly behind in the points category. And following that, you've got you got the Revolution one game behind that, and 3 teams at 1-3. Fennec, Biz, Passer, and that's how it looks. All right, let's see what's happening next week. Do we have any rivalries going on? Any rivalries? Let me see. Oh, we have Tommy against Jake. Jolly Rogers and Ferocious Finnick. A uncle-nephew showdown. Who else do we have? Well, Smell This going up against DeBiz. DeBiz, this is your chance. I'm going to award 5 special merit points if you beat Smell This. All right, that's it. Have a good week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.